What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are taking a look at an older collectible that needs a little bit of a touch up. So I am currently fixing up my little wall here, especially Art the Clowns, because the new NECA figure dropped and I've just been in a Terrifier move. Like, it's mostly just the images. It went up for pre-order, so I've just been really excited to get them into a spot. And I want them next to this figure, but man, I've been neglecting these hands. I tried my best to paint them the first time, and I feel like I just sucked at it. So I feel like I can do a little bit better now. Before we did repaint this entire head sculpt, which you can check out on the channel, and I love how this head sculpt came out. Completely redone from head to toe. Wait, head to head. The entire face is completely me. I did all of that myself, and I'm very proud of myself. So right now, I need to do these hands, and I know it's such a simple custom, but we're gonna get to it. We're also gonna do a little bit of blood adding on the weapons too, and I would use my normal blood that I just got, but sadly, dumbass me decided to leave it open, and it spilled everywhere. So yeah, that's a little sad. I don't know how long it sat in there, but yeah, I still have some paints though, some that might be used for some blood. That definitely wasn't one of them, but I do have this, and I also do have this kind of angel blood or whatever it's called, which looks a little bit like blood, so I think I'm all set. Very happy about that. I also have some other alternatives, so that's pretty cool. And I'm thinking about doing the hands bloody, but I don't want to add too much blood, but we'll see what happens. So yeah, I have a lot to do. I have like 2 sets of hands, so yeah, pretty excited. And also, don't mind the juice oos. I have been collecting the Minute Maid WWE juices because I want them for my shelf. I have one of the Hogan beer cans up there, so I just said, sure, why not? And I don't really drink Minute Maid, but these are actually pretty good. And also, future review coming soon. But also, in terms of like blood effects, I do have this vampire blood. It's mainly for like Halloween shit, but it does look pretty cool. And I also have this too, but this is the blood that I usually use, and it makes it look a little too cartoony because it is like that bright red. And yeah, I don't think I'll be using this at all, but I might use that blood there. But I also have these too, so yeah, we got some alternatives when it comes to blood. And I also have my little base plate here. I have to wipe it off because I haven't used it in a while. It's also very nice. I've had this little base plate for a long time, as you can see. A little bit of a little just tidbit here. This used to be the back of this Marvel Legends Eternals core figure. That was the back of the packaging that I just cut off and started using as a paint tray, and I haven't stopped ever since. So we're gonna get all of our paints ready, and also my little water cup here. Don't judge that. I just couldn't find my glass like I usually have. But yeah, we're gonna continue doing the paint work, and my idea is to just completely white out these gloves. I know it sounds so boring, but when I tell you I have been neglecting to do these gloves, I have. Now, I started when I was doing the custom at first, I wanted the gloves white because in Terrifier 2 they're white, and I believe in Terrifier 1 they're also white, but they also have a scene where they're like kind of grayish because of the blood. And that's basically how they came out of the box, and I didn't really want that. I wanted all white. I wanted a nice clean look, so that's why I repainted the face, because the face wasn't as good as you know, I thought I could do just a tiny bit better. And also the hands were just like kind of a gray, and I wanted just fully white, but I half-assed it like so hard, and yeah, it just been bugging me. So finally getting to do it makes me very happy, and I thought it would give me a little bit more motivation to actually do a good job if I filmed it. So that's why you're getting this little short vlog here. So I'm very happy with you know, my paint applications going on. It looks a little sloppy, but it will look good, I promise. But this is a thing I needed to do for a long time. There's a lot of gloves. There's like maybe 2 of the gloves that I did a pretty decent job. Didn't do a whole lot. Mainly just did one coat, and that was it. And then there were some gloves. I believe the next glove that we're about to see is like the scalpel hand, which I did horrible on. You could see that like inside of the palm. That looks horrible. It just looks so bad, and I half-assed that so hard, and yeah, I'm not too happy about that, but we're finally getting it done now, so I'm happy about that. But doing these gloves, as simple as it was, and you know, it was a little time consuming because you gotta, you know, let it dry, get another coat on there, and then let it dry again. It was so soothing. Like, just doing hands was super soothing. It didn't feel repetitive, which, I mean, it probably should have because I'm doing the gloves the exact same way. But it was just soothing. I mean, it's been so long since I've painted. I used to paint so much because the McFarlane figures just lacked so much detail, and I would be painting a figure every time I got one. But it's been a while since I've actually painted something, and this tiny little thing was very nice. And I did do a couple other customs here and there, but I don't think I'll do a video on those. Maybe I'll show them in a vlog one day, but not today because I'm focusing on these. And now that these are fully white, I have to wait for those to dry. And I think they look good. They're really nice and clean and stuff like that. And I did have an idea on what I could do with the saw, because it's very, you know, red as you can see, but what if I added a little bit of brown in there and also a little bit of black as well? So I started off with the brown. I thought the brown would be kind of enough, but it didn't really look right. I wanted kind of a dry blood effect going on, and that didn't look too good. But it did look okay. Some of it did look like dry blood, so adding in the black really did help. And I was a little worried it was just going to cover up everything, but no. The red was bright enough to, like, you know, seep right through with the amount I was dabbing on, and it looked beautifully like dried blood. And a little bit of the brown still stays on the top or just in the middle layer, and you can see just the big difference there. Like, that looks more gruesome than the cartoonish red blood I had going on there. And I did the same thing on the other side. I added a little too much black on the other side, so I had to wipe it off a little bit, and there you go. The blood is great, so I'm very happy about that. But I thought maybe I could add it a little bit more bloodier, maybe add some fresh blood on there. Like, he hasn't cleaned this thing, but he still used it on a victim. So I decided to use this vampire blood, and I just kind of like scraped it along the top of the you know, the base of the wherever it comes out of. I'm like brain dead right now. That's basically what I did, and it looks good, but you know, we'll see what happens when it dries. So I painted the fingers off camera because, man, it was tedious to do, and mainly just found a nice skin tone and went with it there. So now I'm doing the fingernails, which basically I just took a little bit of brown shoe polish, really watered it down, and that's how we get this effect. And it's going in between the cracks of the nails, and it just looks a little bit more disgusting, like he has not washed his hands at all. The basic skin tone was a little bit too clean, so adding the nails, having that like brown underneath the nails is very gross, but it worked very nicely, and it definitely looks very good. And I did that with all of the hands, so all of them now have that nice kind of gross looking fingernail going on there, and they just look so good. I'm very happy with how that came out, so that's really nice. And I did that, of course, with all the hands there. I added another coat of white, so we have very nice white hands, no brown, no nothing like that. So all the colors are just plain white. So now we're going on to the red, and I wanted to test the red on the kind of saw first. So what I just did was, you know, like I showed you, and it kind of dried up a little bit, so I was a little worried it wasn't going to have that nice gloss like fresh blood, but I decided, hey, whatever, I'll just use it on one of the hands and see what happens. So I did, just on the kind of fingertips here. If that, I hope that looks good. So yeah, well, now we're waiting for that to dry basically. Now I have to do the scalpel, which I just painted silver and also added a little bit of blood at the tip. And so far that is drying pretty nicely. And here is the blood at the scalpel, which I thought looks really nice. And I have an idea of wanting it to drip down onto the hand, so I might be adding a little bit more blood if the blood effect works on the hand. And so far, from what I'm seeing, I let this thing dry for about 30 minutes, a little bit more, I believe. and it looks really good. I might add a little bit more blood to it because there's some parts where I did glob it on a little bit and that stayed glossy, while the other parts where I lightly did it did not. But I'm very happy about that. So I did that with all of the hands, and now I'm just kind of messing around with Art, because Art he needs a new pose on the shelf. His last pose was a little basic, so I'm trying to figure out something that could work for this Art the Clown figure, and it was a struggle, but hey, I got something in the end. And a little bit of a side note out of nowhere, did you hear what Rhea Ripley said?
I want to be in Terrifier 3 so badly.
Okay.
And it's the last one. Damien said that this is going to be like the last one. Like, I've tried to pitch things to Damien. I'm like, have like a gym scene where like me and Matt are like working out, and then Art just like stumbles in and starts killing us with like weight plates or something. I want to die, you know?
That was the legendary Rhea Ripley herself saying that she wants to be in Terrifier 4. I know she's a huge fan of the trilogy, and it would just be amazing to see her in there. I think that she fits perfectly into the universe, and I would love to see her in there. It would suck to see her die, but it would also be really cool just to see how she dies, and I think it would be awesome if she did that idea. So hopefully somebody does something with that. They already added Chris Jericho. Why not add Rhea Ripley as well? Get some WWE action in there. That's all he pretty much had to say. I just was nerding out about that. But now we have our bloody hands, which I really, really do like. They look disgustingly bloody, and the glossy kind of Halloween red paint that I used was beautiful, and it stayed glossy when I globbed it on. I think that was awesome. So right now I'm just painting these little buttons on the gloves here, and I have to do that with all 4 of the hands, and that's basically it. Then we are done, and all of them have their little buttons, all of them have the blood. It looks so good. I'm very happy with them, and I know this was a very simple custom. Nothing crazy going on. It was just me painting hands for a figure that I've already repainted before. But I thought this would be a fun little vlog, and like I said, filming it would probably make it to where I paint it better. You know what I mean? Have that accountability on there. But I'm very happy with how it turned out. And of course, like I showed, I did kind of flash something on the screen at the beginning that I will be doing a little bit of a showcase. So I hope you guys do enjoy this very short showcase. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Let me know if you want to see Rhea Ripley in Terrifier 4. I 100% do. But that's basically all I have to say. Enjoy the reveal, I guess, and I'll see you guys in the next video.